tell us what the mindset is going into this weekend where you're not quite sure what you'll be playing for on Sunday, but you hope that you'll be playing obviously for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think the group's excited. I think there's like a real belief within the group, and I think regardless of the results, like we have a point to prove. So I think regardless of what happens tonight and tomorrow, I think we still want that win. We still want a good result to end the season. So obviously we're hoping to make playoffs, but yeah, good result to end the season.
What is that point to prove?
I just think, we've actually had a good year. I think we've had ups and downs like any team does, but I think that, going into this next season, like we want some momentum to build on. So I think the point is that, we're a quality team. We deserve to be in playoffs. And regardless if we make it this year, obviously we really want to make it this year. But we want to show that we belong and that we are a team that a force to be reckoned with.
What do you expect from San Diego? Do you look on paper and you say they don't have much to play for, but then players are fighting for contracts, and you guys have been on the other side of like, hey, let's end this other team's season. Like you think they'll be hungry on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, every game is such a fight. And I think even more so when it's the end of the season, especially with San Diego not being able to make playoffs. Like I think any team in that position is like, well, let's end their chances of making it. So honestly, I expect a really hard game on their home turf.
What does Emma Sears bring back from her national team experience? You think she comes in with more confidence, more swagger, anything like that that will help you on this last game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she obviously crushed it at camp. We're really excited to have all of our internationals back. I know we had a good showing from a lot of the girls. But yeah, I think I spoke about earlier in the week, like she brings a confidence, a desire to get on the dribble, to take people on, and that's something we're definitely going to need in the final game.
What you think of the game the other night? Just seeing the stadium like that, and
Oh man. Yeah, I think it's crazy, especially like when I was growing up, we didn't have like as much of an opportunity to watch women's sports, even in person. So to see like so many of the girls that I've been coaching come to the game and be so excited and get to see their idols play on a pitch right in front of them that they get to come to every week, like is pretty incredible. And I think it's a testament to the soccer scene here in Louisville. Like we have a great soccer scene, and there's clearly a ton of support. And I think, it's a place where kids get to dream and they get to say, hey, I can be that. If you can see it, you can be it. So I think it was like a bit of a chills moment. And then obviously like everyone was pumped for Emma. Our whole team, every time she got the ball was like up, down, up, down. So I think when you have something like that, it's just even more reason to dream and to be excited about the future of women's sports.
Are you guys going to watch these other two games, or are you just going to wake up Sunday morning and just say, hey, it is what it is?
You know what, I'm sure there's probably a bit of a mixed bag there. I'm sure some people really want to watch. I'm sure some people won't and just want to like, you know, wake up it, like you said, wake up and see the results. But honestly, it's fun to watch other teams in the NWSL because again, like I said, each game is such a fun fight and it's really interesting to see other people's styles. So even just from that perspective, like I love watching the games, but it'll be even more like nerve-wracking. Obviously, we're rooting for certain teams, which you would never do in the season. So yeah.
You got some former teammates too, like Yuki, who would
Yeah, you
maybe help you guys
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be texting her before the game. Come on, Yuki, score one of those karate kick goals she's so good at.
Question from Zoom. From a player's perspective, what has it been like to have a head coach like Bev who has experience in moments like this? So, high stakes moments going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the year, having someone who's been here is super helpful. She obviously like knows the ups and downs of season. Season is very long. And I think that to be consistent throughout the season is really tough. So to have someone that's been there that knows the process, the hardships of a really long season is really important. And I think, that's helpful going into games like this. We also have a lot of veterans that have been in this spot. So it's comforting to have that and to kind of like put that out into the group.